Here we go. In 3, 2.
Hello. Oh, I didn't change my shirt.
Whoops.
Hello, adventure. So your adventure is this grand story. And so we've been showing you how you can tell that story in words, but also in pictures, but in video. And so one of the greatest ways to tell your story is through video and making short videos. And so we've done different apps where we've shown you how to put a 15-second version in Instagram, and you can do a 30-second version in Twitter now, and you can post that video to Facebook. But just taking video and throwing it up there is not enough. And so what you want to do is we want to give you the tools and even the ideas behind how to edit your videos. So a lot of times less is more. You do not want to have a video that just goes on and on and on. Even one of the new apps that we use, which is like live video streaming like Periscope, that is great because you're there interacting. But if you would watch that video later, it's not that exciting. Google Hangouts, where you're there and you're live, that's fun, but you wouldn't want to watch that video in the entirety, so you'd want to edit that down a little bit. And so I thought in this episode, we can talk to you about how to edit your story, how to edit that video, because you want to make your story epic. And so you're going to need to shoot video and you're going to need to edit that video. So I thought better than me talking about how to edit video, I would bring in a special guest expert and we would change things up a little bit. And so let's welcome him over here. Come on over, Jeremiah, from behind the camera.
Hello, adventurer.
So editing, you have to edit, like this is day 86. So you've had to edit my voice
A lot of hours.
86 days. What advice would you give our friend, our adventurer, about editing and some of the principles we apply to how we do our videos and how they would do their videos?
We always like to start with something fun and engaging right up top to kind of grab their attention, to capture that. A lot of times if you just start out kind of slow, it gets a little harder, so it's not as engaging. So tip number 1, always start with something very, very fun or very cool looking or something very engaging.
So like, for example, in the beginning videos, you always have me looking like an idiot.
Yes.
Now we have a rule that I actually don't see them till after you see them, because then I can't change them.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't even watch them.
I do watch them. I didn't watch that one ending part.
That's fine.
Really, we're gonna do this in front of them. Tip number 1, what's tip number 2?
Tip number 2 is you want to keep that engagement going. So we use a jump cut format, so we're always kind of jumping and it kind of keeps the pace, it keeps the rhythm. But if you're doing something with your adventure and you're showing different clips, you always want to keep those clips a little bit shorter. I tend to use like the 5-second rule and use 5 seconds and then I'm changing to a different shot just to keep it moving.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's a little tip.
There's a 5-second rule. I thought that was
for when you drop your food on the floor. That's
But you've applied it to editing. That's brilliant.
5 second, drop your food on the floor, 5-second shot.
That's a great info. So authenticity, I think this is important, is that my dad, he would not buy a suit. I mean, he would not buy something from you unless you wore a suit. With me, if you wear a suit, you're not gonna get a sale, because my first memories of a kid is savings and loan scandals and, you know, people in suits going to prison. But I think for Logan and for the next generation, if you have like overly produced footage and it's too produced, they don't trust you. So for us, like, we don't have this whole elaborate script. We'll have just kind of a couple of bullet points. We want to get to here, then here, then here, and then we just start to do that. And so I'll mess up a bunch. I mess up a lot. We'll just edit those out. So in our style, I think not only are we keeping it shorter, but it also lends to the idea of like, oh, this is just real and authentic there. To me, quality is just not having distractions.
So when I edit video, I kind of feel like it's like I'm like getting a steak ready. Like I'm cutting out all the fat and I only want like the best parts of that steak. Because when I grill that steak and I'm ready to eat that steak,
I'm so hungry right now.
I just want that delicious steak. I don't want all this fat and this gristle. And that's what a video is. You know, you want to take the best of. You don't want any extra. Oh, that doesn't really need to be there. So you just want that good hearty steak.
I think even when you shoot video, I think the important thing is we have equipment like right over there that we have boom poles and we have all this stuff, but we choose not to use it because it complicates and it slows things down. So that's why even that we shot things on our iPhone, because if we took all this gear, then we're not capturing those moments. So we want to have decent audio. We want to shoot things in such a way where it's not like all the lights behind and you can't see that, or, you know, we've showed you how to shoot video. So I think having that where at least you have a steady quality shot, then it becomes more about the story and not all the effects and the overproduction, where I think takes away from the human element of that. We're just having a conversation with our friends. Tip number 3.
Another tip is music, and a lot of
Yes.
people don't really think of music when they think of video, but you want to have great audio. You want to have music can really capture that tone or that mood. So having a fun song kind of underlaying the adventure, it's kind of like the soundtrack of the adventure, if you will. I always like to put a little adventure story together and also get like a cool song or something that was, oh, we heard this song a lot. It was kind of like the theme song of the weekend, and put that together. But that can really help capture the tone and kind of just beef up the whole adventure.
Maybe what we can do too is in adventure support, you could put maybe some of the websites that you'll get free or inexpensive music, as well as apps that you'll use, as well as like your setup. Like I know we'll use something that might be a little more expensive to edit, but you've also edited on your iPhone through iMovie. And we're gonna show you in this episode how you can even use YouTube, which is insane.
Wait, we're using YouTube to edit videos?
You didn't know you could do that?
No?
It's amazing.
Are we doing that today?
Yeah, like you can, like everybody thinks like, oh, YouTube's TV. We showed them that like, no, it's more than that. But you also can use YouTube to edit your videos, which is awesome.
We're gonna do that right now.
Yeah, but nobody's there to hit the button to tell me. So we'll just wait. Okay, so I'm logged right into my YouTube here. And so we showed you this before, how you can turn right onto your webcam, create a slideshow, even create a Google Hangout on air. And what a lot of people don't realize is there's even a video editor right built into YouTube. And so I'm just gonna show you, I mean, I literally just grab 2 of the files off my phone here as it is loading that up here in the background. I'm going to go here to our my video manager. Just again, if I go to upload, I can hit video editor here, or what I can show you is if I go to the video manager, I'm gonna go to this video here and I'm gonna go to enhancements. This is some video that I took. I can load this in. Now, we talked about before is that I wanna upload these, my settings. You can see that my settings, I have those set to unlisted. So only I am seeing these videos here. So now that they're here, you know, they're archived, but I can go to enhancements and just kind of do this idea. It's gonna do a split screen and I'm just gonna auto fix them. So it's just showing me some improvements that it's gonna make automatically for me. So you can see even what it's doing is the left and right side. That is what it looked like on my phone, and it's just going to clean that up a little bit. And then if I want to, you can do cool things like I'm gonna add slow motion to it or play with a little bit of the contrast. I can also, if it's shaking a little bit, I can improve and stabilize that video. So all those videos just right built in, it's going to help improve the quality of those, as well as they have filters available, making that footage look better there. But then you can go to what is a YouTube editor. So I can say, okay, I have my different periscopes and they might be 2 minutes and they might be 3 minutes long, but I don't want everybody to have to see all of that and sit through it. So I literally just take my clip, right? So I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna have that one. And then I'm gonna go, I can watch these right in here. Okay, so this one is me on Thunder Mountain. Okay, so I can take, like, here's me on Splash Mountain, me on Thunder Mountain. And what I'm gonna do is, like, for example, I just want the best part of this clip. So I'm going to just drag that endpoint to really just right before it drops. What I can do is say, okay, now let me take a part of, I'm gonna take a part of them Thunder Mountain and show part of that.
In the wilderness, that was the wildest wild in the wilderness.
So I can take those 2 together. I now have 2 clips back to back. Then it's pretty easy. Like if I want to just get a transition to go in to those. Like they're built, like there's a few, you know, built right in that I can add, which is just kind of crazy that it does that. Put that transition in and then add audio. Now what's one of the really cool things is there's a ton of audio that's built in and free right within YouTube here. So if I want to add an audio track, I can just drag it down here. What it's doing is it's essentially creating an entirely new YouTube video for me. So what used to be a 2-minute long video that I had live streamed, I've gotten it down to 1 minute and maybe 10 seconds, but then I added a clip from another one, added some music, and so let's see how it turned out. So what Jeremiah says, like a little bit of audio makes it go a little bit. So I took away all that front part of it. That was a little bit boring. And again, I could go back and trim maybe some of this middle part. So you can see you can do a lot just with free tools, all built in to YouTube.
So there you have it. Editing on YouTube, you can edit your videos so you can tell this awesome story of your adventure, and your adventure begins right now.
You nailed it.
Thanks.